guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be planning the week of September 26th to October 2nd, which is crazy to say. So yeah, anyway, I'll be using a kit from Press. This is an ultimate kit, and I'm pretty sure I got this from a random poll because it includes like other things. And sorry, I just had to turn off my fan, and I'm sorry about my chair. It just likes to click for some reason. Anyway, so pretty much you have your full boxes, functional and deco, labels, glitter headers and more labels, your functional sheet, little things, and then check boxes, and then here's your bottom washi. I did trim the washi, like the bottom washi already, so I can put them at the top of each of the boxes, and then I put down the date dots as well, and it also included this 15mm washi and this full box, extra full box. So I will show you what last week turned out. So last week I actually went on my first business trip, or actually, no, before that, I will show you my September, the week of September 12th. So this is how it turned out. I didn't check off anything in this spread, but I did try to like use up all of these like spaces, like for, I think, I don't know, it's just been very like this week I didn't journal as much, but this week I went on my first business trip, which is the week of September 19th, and I did come back on a Friday. It was literally, I was only there for one full day, and yeah, it's just like crazy. But we did land around, 1 p.m. To Charleston, so yeah, we went to Charleston for pretty much 3 days, but 2 days were just traveling, and then one full day, but I felt very exhausted. So anyway, so this was pretty much the daily spreads, and I did journal a bit, and rest in peace Queen Elizabeth II. Yeah, she lived a very long life, and it's just this photo, I took it off of their Twitter because they posted, this was part of her Platinum Jubilee that they took a picture of. So yeah, I just took that and just pasted it there and just journaled a little bit. And then this is Tuesday, and then Wednesday I pretty much left early in the morning, arrived 1 p.m. Then I just took a picture of my lunch, snack, and then dinner. Let's just say the dinner at Church and Union, I don't know what happened, but all of the meals apparently were very salty, so I don't know. Anyway, so then here's Thursday. We went on a carriage ride, that pretty much, it was everything that was booked by my company, so pretty much, yeah. And then here is Friday. I still have a bit of journaling to do, so I'm just going to leave that for later. And then Saturday, I didn't fill out any of these, but I do have it marked in the hourly sections. And then Sunday is today that I'm recording this, and I have yet to fill this out, but it's not even 12 p.m. yet, so, or 12 a.m., my bad. And then I have to add my stickers here, so that is pretty much the past 2 weeks. So yeah, I shall get into my spread, and hopefully my camera doesn't shut off without me realizing, because yeah, I totally lost the beginning. What the heck was that? Oh, my cat, she's scared me. I totally lost the beginning footage of me putting down my week of going to Charleston, my goodness. So yeah, and I didn't even realize until I took off my headphones, because usually I like to listen to music or watch TV shows, but I don't. Yeah, I was cutting things, so it was just a lot of things happening at once. So anyway, so pretty much I am going to put down the strips. So I did pre-trim them, so they are all 1/4 inch strips. But I think, I don't know, with this ruler, with my grid ruler, it sometimes is a little off, but hopefully isn't as noticeable. Like, I totally messed up last week. So I had to use Simply Gilded washi tape, but I like how it turned out because it had like a bit of foil on it, and it didn't really give it as much bulkiness. And I also used the strips that were oops because just to block off time, because yeah, I wasn't really going to be doing anything Wednesday through Friday. So yeah. So currently this week my goal is to pack all the orders and then drop them off on Friday. Yeah. So this strip is just a smidge off, but I'm okay with that. So I will cut off the in-betweens after this video because, I don't know, I don't want to, like, even though this takes a whole hour, I don't want you guys to be sitting here for a whole hour, but yeah. So I did film last week, but I ended up not just posting it because I was getting self-conscious about the things I was talking about, but it's okay. So this week I will have 5 videos, so I will be making up the videos that I didn't post last week for this week. So I will have, I think, 2 memory plan with me's, if I can get them up, and totally, this strip is totally off on the side, but it's okay. So then for the full boxes, so what I did last week, like, you know, knowing that I had things that I wanted to mark, so I didn't include, like, full boxes for those days. So I don't know. So let me just see. I think there's no more full boxes. I don't think so. So I have enough labels, if anything, and then I can also pull in washi, so I might just do that. So since there's one girl here and then there's another girl here, I might just use her, and this will be, I will put her up here. So I think I'll just recap it in my memory planner, but I feel like I'm just going to forget everything, so I'll just quickly recap my Charleston trip since it was very short. But I did get my Starbucks cup, so yeah, very happy about that. But for my dad, he likes the mini version, so like the ornament size. I had to go to a grocery store, and thankfully there was one left. My dad was very lucky in getting that. And then my mom, she wanted a keychain, but all the keychains were like beer openers or like something like that along the line. And I was like, my mom doesn't drink, so what's the point of getting a beer can opener? Or beer opener. So I was like, no, I'm not gonna get that for her. So I called her, and then she wanted a snow globe, but it's not a snow globe. It is a sand globe, which is so funny. Anyway, so yeah, that is what I got my parents and my brother souvenirs. Actually, I want the pink more than the other stuff. So yeah, and it was pretty quick of a trip. Like I said, we literally flew out on Wednesday and then flew back on Friday, and I did travel with my senior. I'm not going to mention his name just for privacy reasons. Like, this is my channel. But anyway, what I regret, or actually no, I'll talk about what I regret later, but pretty much I guess I'll talk about first what we did on Wednesday. So pretty much we flew out, and then I met with my senior after TSA because we both arrived at, or like we were in the line of TSA because what the heck was that? Something just flew at me. Maybe I was dreaming. Anyway, so pretty much we were at TSA line separately because he arrived, I think, a little earlier than me or something like that. But pretty much we both met each other after TSA, and then we got breakfast, and of course we can use our, we can charge it to our company card because we're traveling for work purposes. So then sorry, I just need to, um, for work purposes, and then pretty much, like, we only had 40 minutes left, or, like, we were just eating our breakfast, taking our time, and then went to use the restroom, yada, 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 and then, we went to wait at the gate, and for some reason, I did not realize that we were much higher in group than I expected, because usually, if I book a flight, it's usually in, like, group E or something like that, but we were in, like, business class, group, so, yeah, I was very surprised, but, I mean, this was a business trip, but, anyway, so, pretty much, we boarded, and then, I wasn't planning on sleeping, but, yeah, or actually, I didn't sleep on the flight going to Charleston, but I slept on the flight coming back, because I was just exhausted. It's just been, like, we were just go, 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 but, yeah, anyway, so then, we landed, and then my senior manager, he lives in New Jersey, so he flew from Newark, because it would be much closer for him, and then, pretty much, he literally landed, like, a few minutes after we did, so we just ended up just taking an Uber together, to the hotel, because everyone was staying at the same hotel, but let's just say it was hilarious, because, some Ubers actually, no, we didn't take an Uber, we took a Lyft, and some, like, taxi drivers, like, because of the pandemic, or, like, since the pandemic, you can't really sit in the front seat, so, it was just so funny, because my senior manager, it was a sedan that, my senior booked, and the senior manager wanted to sit in the front, and then the driver literally said, instead of saying, please sit in the back, he said, dude, get in the back. I was like, my goodness, that was just like, excuse me, we're at least customers, but, or we're customers, but still treat us like human beings. Dude, get in the back. We don't know you. So that was hilarious, to say the least. But anyway, so then that was the experience first off at Charleston. So then, I thought it was hilarious that he said that to another grown man. So anyway. And then, we got to the hotel, and then we pretty much were able to check in early, and then, I just pretty much changed, and I regret not bringing, like, colored shirts, because, my goodness, it was so humid that literally the lotion on my face and my arms were melting off, like, completely. Like, I could just feel it, and it's just, like, ugh, it's just so disgusting. So, yeah. And then, pretty much after we got changed, we met back at the lobby, or actually, no, we met at the elevator, and then we went down, and then, my senior, obviously, I'm the staff, so, pretty much, they were like, Kimberly, find something to eat. So, pretty much, I was like, what do you guys want to eat? And then, there was a burger joint, or not burger joint, but a burger place, that is also a bar. And let's just say my senior and senior manager both got a beer at 2 in the afternoon. So yeah, I guess it doesn't matter what time they drink. And then, I just got a sweet tea. And obviously that does not have alcohol in it. And my senior was like, are you sure that doesn't have alcohol in it? And I was like, yeah, it doesn't. And then, and I regret leaving my hand sanitizer there. I was just like, thank goodness I had 2 other packs, or 2 other bottles, but, like, mini bottles, travel bottles, I should say. So yeah, I left it on the table thinking I was going to use it after I finished eating, but I completely forgot about it, so sadly, it is now in the trash, I'm pretty sure, because I don't think they would keep that. And then, what else? And then my senior manager was still hungry, after we had a burger. I took a picture of it. So, this was the burger I finished. I forgot to take a picture beforehand, but it's okay. I took a few bites out of it. It was delicious. And it was, I think we went to Big Gun Burger Shop and Bar. my senior and senior manager both got the classics, like classic fried chicken burger, and then I just got the classic burger. And then my senior manager said he was still hungry, so I was like, do you want ice cream? He was like, yeah. So pretty much we walked around the city, or just a bit of the city. Like, we were near the College of Charleston. I thought it was University of Charleston, but it's College of Charleston. And then pretty much we went there to Jenny's Ice Cream, and I thought there was one in New York, but it's in Pennsylvania instead. So I was like, oops. So pretty much if you wanted it, you can actually order it online, but to ship it to you. But it was delicious. I got the wedding cake flavor. I originally tried or tested the watermelon twirl something, or watermelon twist. Let's just say it was just too sweet for me, for ice cream sake. So I did not get that, but I didn't even try the wedding cake. I just knew I would like that better than the watermelon. So I ended up just getting that one. And then, yeah. So I pretty much set up the week, or like put down the stickers for the spread, like the weekly spread. I will write everything down after the fact. So yeah, anyway, so here I'm just going to, sorry, I will continue my story, but, so then after we got ice cream, we took a walk, then I was able to get my Starbucks cup, and I couldn't find my dad's Starbucks cup, like the mini version, like I was saying, so I ended up just purchasing mine first, in case the other place doesn't have the bigger version. So then, I was going to go later Wednesday night, because the supermarket was literally, what do you call it? Like a 5-minute walk, but by the time dinner ended, it was already closing for them. So I ended up just going early in the morning on Thursday because, yeah, I just wanted to explore rather than explore later in the day, knowing that it's going to be hella hot. So yeah, that was not fun in the heat. So then, and I'm sorry if you can hear the water, that is my dad taking a shower. So pretty much that is really distracting. But after we after we ate ice cream, we got my Starbucks cup, then we went back to the hotel to relax and just take a nap or something like that, or take a shower as well, because we were just it was just ill for the past 2 days. But when we left on Friday, it was just perfect. It was perfect weather. It was a little breezy, but obviously it wasn't cold. Yeah, I did not know there was palm trees in Charleston. I expected palm trees in Florida and California, but and also Nevada, but palm trees in Charleston, I was just this is quite interesting. So yeah, obviously this is a new place that I've never been to, so yeah. So then we took a stroll, went back to the hotel, took a nap, then we met everyone in the lobby, and let's just say it was just very awkward because it was just a bunch of guys, and then I was like, where are the girls? I was just very confused, but they came in later, but I was just standing next to my senior watching TV, or watching a game. I believe it was soccer. So yeah, it was just very awkward, and I don't know, it's just the guys' stigma is just I don't know, they just don't like to talk to girls immediately, or introduce themselves. I don't know, but professionally speaking, I should say. So what I did, I was very strategic. So I ended up just I needed to use the restroom, so I ended up just walking to the restroom and then walking back, and then I met up with or talked to these girls, or group of girls, and yeah, I was it was much easier to introduce yourself to girls than guys. I don't know. But pretty much, I introduced myself to them, and then yeah, they were all from different places, or some were from New York, and then some were from Dallas. So it's just very interesting. So, oh, I completely forgot about this portion. And then we just started walking to dinner, and it was a 15-minute walk. It was very hot. to be honest. But yeah, I don't think anyone would want to do that ever again, walking in the heat. So pretty much we walked there to dinner. Dinner was very salty. Like the pita chips to the main entree, it was just salty. So I ended up just getting a mocktail because everyone else got wine. And then yeah, and then I don't want to talk about what I talked about to other people about or with other people, so I'm just gonna keep it as is. But then pretty much we finished eating dinner, and then everyone wanted to go to a bar. Obviously for me, I don't drink, so it's a choice. And my senior manager likes to push the buttons, like push my buttons, and be like, tonight's the night, you know. And I'm like, no, tonight is not the night, because tonight will never happen, okay? I will not go to a bar. Or I went to a bar, but I didn't drink any alcoholic beverages. I just drank mocktails or Shirley Temples. So yeah, non-alcoholic drinks is my preference. And then pretty much like even on Thursday night, the bartender was very kind. He understood. He was like, okay, you want a mocktail? I can make you a Shirley Temple. So I drank up Shirley Temple on that day, and I regret leaving early on Thursday because I was exhausted. I was up since 7:30, and I barely took a nap in the middle of the day, and it was just go that day. But yeah, everyone they took a picture after we left, and I was just like, oh well. I mean, I could live without a photo, but yeah. Anyway, so then after dinner, everyone came. Also my senior, he was like ridiculous. He was like, if you don't want to stay, or if you don't want to go to the bar, you can just go back to the hotel. And I'm like, sure. But me and this other girl wanted to go back to the hotel. I'm like, sure, but you're gonna make us two girls walk in the dark back to the hotel. He's like, you're right. So then another guy, he didn't want to stay, so then he offered to walk with us back to the hotel, because we all stayed at the same hotel. So I'm like, yeah, senior. My goodness. He's like, don't do that. So he's like, forget what I said. So yeah, pretty much we went back to the hotel. So, and then, sorry, now I'm going into day by day. So then after we came back, I took a shower and then went to sleep. Or I called my parents. For some reason, I just need to talk to my parents, like, what happened during that day, so then I remember what I talked, or before I forget what I did. So, yeah. Anyway, so then on Thursday, I woke up at 6:30. I woke up at 6:30, and then I left, I showered, got ready, and then went out. I left the hotel at 7:30, then went to the grocery store, which is like a 10-minute walk, and it was just nice and breezy. It was not as hot as I expected it to be, so it was just a nice weather. So then, sorry, I need to go get a washi tape, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just go with this one. Or actually, yeah. I think I'll go with this one, which is black bows, just to keep it simple. So then, after I went to the supermarket, when I went to the supermarket, I was just trying to find my dad's souvenir. So it was the Starbucks cup, and then the mini version, I should say. And then I walked back. I didn't go back to the hotel. I just went to Walgreens, which is close by, and then it was literally across, a block down from the hotel. Then I went to go get my brother and my mom their souvenir, because I don't think I would have time to get it any other portion of the day, because it was all scheduled stuff. So then after I did that, I went back to the hotel and then refreshened myself because I was obviously very sweaty. And then pretty much I met with my senior and senior manager for our meeting, because this meeting, this travel was for a meeting, which honestly could have done it. Like, I wish our stay was just a smidge longer, like at least an extra day, because it felt very rushed. And yeah, it was just like, for someone who likes to plan things but don't want to feel rushed, that's how I felt. Oops. So then pretty much we had catered lunch, or catered breakfast and catered lunch. So for breakfast, it was waffles, eggs, I forgot, like deep fried, like French fries almost, but I would say like hash browns. That's what I would call it, hash browns, but Charleston version of hash browns. And then what else? No, there wasn't any sausage. There was fruit, which I ate. But let's just say the waffles were just dry. And then my senior manager, he told me, he's like, oh, you should just douse it in syrup. And I'm like, first of all, you don't douse anything in syrup because it should just taste moist. So yeah, so it was quite funny because my senior manager likes to say things without realizing the things he says is hilarious. So you first of all don't douse anything in anything to make it better, if that makes sense. It should just taste better, honestly speaking. So I just pretty much didn't eat the waffles, but I just went back to get what do you call it, more of the hash browns, because that was tasty. And I forgot to get ketchup, but honestly it worked out without ketchup. But and then for lunch, it was a, like, I would say like Mexican style, but they had shrimp, and then they also had fried chicken, or like not fried chicken, shredded chicken, and like the shrimp was delicious. It had a little bit of a kick to it, but it was delicious. And then the fried chicken was a tad dry. And I don't know. I'm trying not to be a food critic, but I don't know. Like, I'm gonna eat it, I have things to say about it. So pretty much I just tried everything that was available. Obviously I didn't do most of the sauces because I'm not really a fan of too much sauce. So I did get some sour cream, and it was like, there was also tortillas. I don't know. Like, the first portion of the chips that I ate was decent. And then it just went, like, I don't know if it was sitting out too long, but it was overall, the lunch was much better than the breakfast, to be honest. And then we finished our meeting early, so we ended up just going to the carriage ride a little earlier. So it was we went to the Old South carriage company, and this was already booked in advance. So pretty much we were split into two groups, and I guess I was in the lucky group because we got the hour-long tour, and my senior and senior manager was in another group, and they literally, I think they said it was only 30 minutes, so they got half the tour of what we had. But it's also, it's like random selection of where you get the tour from, or like which route you take. So we got the lucky one. So we got to take the scenic route, and also like we got to learn, I don't know, if my dad's like, you don't know if what he says is true or not. And I'm like, that's true. I don't know what if the tour guide's like spitting out years, and like, my goodness. But I just know that this tour guide was hilarious, and yeah. And I actually got, I don't know if you can tell. Oh yeah, you can definitely tell. I was sitting in the side of the carriage, and obviously this side is darker than this side. I don't know if you can tell on camera, but yeah. I was like toasting on one side, and then the other side perfectly fine. But I was at the end of the tour, my dad decided to FaceTime me. So then he got the last portion of the tour. And yeah, I got to pet the horse. I thought the horse's name was Belle, but it's Bill. So yeah, obviously I couldn't hear it properly because I was in the third row, and there was a lot of traffic outside. So anyway, so I did put down all the washi tape, and then after the carriage tour, we went to, I just needed water. I was just parched. So we went to a bar, or everyone wanted to go, or people suggested a rooftop bar. I was like, in 100-degree weather, like felt like 100-degree weather because it was so humid. No thanks. Everyone just aborted that, and then ended up just going to a bar called Tommy Condon's. Yeah. So then we went there. I had a drink, or sorry, not a drink, but a mocktail, a fruity mocktail, which is, yeah, a drink, but it wasn't alcoholic. And then I had water. So yeah, pretty much that was the bar area. And then this girl I met, she took me off like by surprise. I don't know. I just met her and she just got really close to me, like immediate from the start. And I got a little like startled from that. But like it's all good. Like I don't mind friendship, but like it's like on Wednesday, that's the day I literally met her 4 hours ago. Or no, not even 4 hours ago. 2 hours ago. And I don't know, I just felt weirded out because she like rested her head on my shoulder. Like we are not that close yet. So I don't know. I was just, let's just say, startled by that interaction. But I didn't say anything like or like said anything to stop her from doing that, but I think she understood like, why are you doing that? So it was just very odd because I just met her that day. Anyway, so then we just pretty much hung out with each other, and on Thursday we originally were planning on going out early in the morning, but she decided to sleep in, and I don't blame her, but I wanted to go places, obviously, so I decided to go places in the morning as opposed to the afternoon, knowing that it was going to be very hot. So yeah, anyway, so then after that, after the bar, I decided to walk home with another guy, so I'm not like lost or anything. So we ended up just making sure we both get to the same area. And then like he's also works at my company, but yeah. And then pretty much oops, I meant to do that somewhere else. So, so then what else? I think I want to put big box here. I think this will fit, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, just a smidge. I can move it just a smidge higher. But and then pretty much I took a shower because I was toasted. I was literally sweating bullets. And then I decided to just change because I bought an extra outfit in case. So then pretty much I changed I showered, took a quick power nap, but I don't think I really took a nap, honestly speaking. So then we went to, actually, yeah, I'll put one here. What do you call it? We went to dinner, which was at a venue or a private space, Pugin's Courtyard. And then we arrived before everyone else, but the partner arrived on Thursday, and then he was like, oh, because there was 4 of us and we're all a team, like under him, like my senior manager, and me are all under him. So he was like, oh, we're gonna take an Uber because I'm not walking in the heat. I was like, I totally agree with you. So we ended up not walking in the heat, and he booked an Uber for us, and then there was an extra person was able to join us, so she ended up just taking a ride, but she ended up ditching her senior. She's a manager, so yeah, it was kind of funny because I was like, you just ditched him, and she's like, I know I did, but she's like, I didn't end up walking. So yeah, anyway, so then pretty much we were there early, and my senior was like, oh, this is the night you're gonna have a drink, and I'm like, no, it is not. It's not the night to have a drink. So I ended up just getting a Shirley Temple, because the girl that I just met, or the girl that was very close to me for some reason, but yeah, she also doesn't drink, so she ended up just getting a Shirley Temple, and we both got Shirley Temple, so we weren't like alone with each other. So then it was also assigned seating. So then pretty much our, like I had my senior manager on the same table as me, but there's 2 other people that I didn't like not really talk to during that, like the during the trip, but we ended up just talking because obviously we're in the same table, but let's just say the girl that I just met, she literally switched seats because she didn't want to sit in a table just by her with 4 other guys, because it was in tables of 5. So I was like, okay, so she switched her seat. So I was like, I couldn't say anything, obviously. Like, it's not my place to say anything. She switched her seat. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And then, like, she thought I was, like, annoyed that I was, like, that she switched her seat. But I was like, I'm not annoyed, because I was annoyed because my senior manager likes to push my buttons and annoy the crap out of me. And I don't know. I just, like, he'll get my, like, my 2 cents later on, but I did crack a joke on him, because I was like, you continue this, I'm gonna go to HR. So he was like, oh, okay. So yeah, anyway, pretty much, yeah. And then I left at 10 p.m. and they stayed a little later. It was just very humid outside because they had drinks out on, like, the courtyard area. I would say, when I say courtyard, I would assume it would be like a bush, like a bush fence, if that makes sense. But it's not. It's literally brick walls, 2 brick walls, and then open glass on 2 sides. So 2 brick walls and then 2 open glass sides. I was just like, that's what you call a courtyard? I don't know. In my opinion, that doesn't seem like a courtyard. It just seems like an open space. So pretty much everyone went out for drinks, but I was honestly tired, and so was this other girl, and then the girl that I just met. So we ended up just Ubering back home, or Ubering back to the hotel. And yeah, my senior, he was like, oh, we're gonna head back like at 12 a.m. They went to the bar, and then they're like, oh, we're gonna head back to the hotel. Turns out he did not come back at 12 a.m. He texts me. He's like, he texts a video of this first year singing karaoke, and then pretty much they were like, he just wanted to show me what he did, because I wasn't when they went to the bar on Wednesday night, because my goodness, these guys like to party. And my senior literally has been drinking for the past 3 days in a row, which is hilarious, to say the least. So I'm not that type of person to drink like for 3 days straight. My goodness, no thanks. So pretty much they had they went to a bar. He didn't go back to the hotel until like I would say at least 2 a.m. and he had a meeting the next day, which is so funny. So then on Friday, it was the day that everyone was leaving or like heading out. I'm just finding the wiki better, but and oh no, this is not cut all the way through. So then I had breakfast at the hotel, and let's just say this breakfast was much better than the breakfast we had for catering. I don't know, it was just very like dry, like on Thursday's like breakfast, but this one was very good. But I felt so silly because I got toast, and usually I like warm toast, but by the time I got to the toast, it was already cold, and I was like, I couldn't bear it to eat it cold, so I ended up not eating it, unfortunately. But I usually finish my plate, but for this, it's just like, no, I couldn't do it. So I ended up just leaving that on the plate. But anyway, so that was breakfast. And then my senior, it was so funny because he was so adamant, I'm gonna leave the hotel at 7:30 so I can make my flight and get it checked in through TSA, yada yada yada. He ended up sleeping in because he was hella tired and probably hungover, just a smidge. So I mean, I don't blame him, but then again, he kept telling me I'm gonna leave at 7:30 in the morning because his flight was at 11. It was just so funny. He totally, like, he was very adamant about leaving this early, and then he didn't end up leaving until 9:15. So yeah, I ended up having breakfast with my senior beforehand, or before 9, so he he can run upstairs to attend the meeting, but he ended up just finishing the meeting because technically he didn't really need to attend. It was just a courtesy for him to attend, and I don't really need to attend, even though it's the engagement team that I'm working on. But yeah, it's just I don't really need to attend, so I just ended up just finishing up my breakfast slowly. So yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it for my recap of my Charleston trip. And then I just flew back home. Then I met up with my parents. My parents tried to embarrass me in front of my senior. Not really embarrass me, but just act so silly in front of me, or in front of my senior. But my senior got to meet my parents. So yeah, anyway, that was pretty much a recap of my Charleston trip from last week. But just for a recap of this, so I just put down all the strips here, put down 5 full boxes, and then the labels that I have. And I'm sorry, you can hear my dog snoring. I don't know if you can. But then I also put down a payday label because I get paid for my full-time job. And then Saturday I will be bowing mountain, which is like paying respects to my grandparents, or like the ones who passed away. But I believe I will be only going to the one where my grandparents are. So this is my mom's parents. My dad's parents, well, my dad's mom is still alive, so my grandma, my paternal grandma is still here, still living, but my paternal grandpa, he's in Hong Kong, so his resting place is in Hong Kong. So when I get the chance to go to Hong Kong, I will go there and pay respects. But this one is for my mom's parents, and this is literally the Chinese translation of what it says, or what it is in Chinese, Bao Mountain. And then Sunday I will have new releases, which will be not really new releases, but these will be the 2023 planners. So you can still get, so after September ends, you won't be able to get, or once October begins, you won't be able to get October to September. So October 2022 to September 2023, you won't be able to get that. It will now be available. No, like for 2022, the only two beginning months will be November and December of 2022, and then pretty much you can get the first, either you can pick your option of the first 6 months for 2023 on Sunday. Hope that makes sense. So pretty much you can either pick your start date from November 2022, December 2022, and then January, February, March, April, May, June 2023. So those are your start dates. So once a month starts, I usually just delete that as an option. And then yeah, this is much more like convenient for me now that it's only on Shopify that dated planners are available. So then undated planners are available on both Etsy and Shopify. So yeah, anyway, so that is pretty much the new releases for Sunday. I will have 5 videos up as well, which I completely forgot to mark out. So I haven't really finalized it, but just to let you guys know, I will have this weekly plan with me, 2 memory plan with me just to make up from last week, and then continue on for this week so I'm not falling behind. And then I'll have I believe I will have either the September monthly, or not September monthly, my October monthly spread, or I will have a pack order with me, but I may keep that for next week. So pretty much I will probably have the October monthly, so I'm not falling behind. So yeah, and then I'll save that video for the packing orders for next week, and then I can add more stuff to that video. Anyway, so that is pretty much the week in full. I hope you guys enjoyed this plan with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!